Hello friends and welcome to the Orlando Museum of Art. I've heard great things about this museum for a long time. I've never been. Glad to take you with me. Let's go check it out. This museum is very cool already. I'm excited to see this. They gave me a sticker to put on my shirt. The reception is very nice. It's $20 to get in to see all of the art, and I think it's going to be totally worth it. In the atrium, the first room you come into is this really cool Dale Chihuly piece. There's some other options of places to go. It's, choose your own adventure type of museum here. There's lots of galleries surrounding you, so let's just pick one and see what it is. This exhibit is the Luces y Sombras, Images of Mexico. Okay. This is an interesting exhibit. It's photographic and video, some different types of topics here, but I find it very interesting. There's some amazing black and white photographs. Check it out. This exhibit continues on into a couple different galleries. This gallery has a lot of art from different artists, but mostly the art of Paul Strand, a pioneer in photography, an American that moved to Mexico, lived from 1890 to 1976. Had some really nice art. All of this art from Paul Strand was part of an exhibit in 1967. It's interesting to see what people were looking at in 1967. This is the exact art from that. Cool. This exhibit continues and continues. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of photographic art that I could never show you each single piece, but here's a couple that I think are really interesting. Most of the art in this gallery is from the 1950s and 1960s. I really like this photographic art. I especially like photographic art with people in it. I like seeing their faces and the situation that's being photographed and wonder, are these people still alive? Do they even know that they were photographed and hanging in a gallery in Orlando? Probably not. But this all tells a story. Each one is different. You can just dive right into it. And there's so many stories hanging on the wall. This is cool. They have this game here, Loteria. The instructions are there, the game pieces, and you can play the game right here at this table. Next exhibit looks a little more classical. The first painting you see was painted somewhere between 1445 and 1510. It's amazing. A lot of this gallery, maybe all of it, is religious figures and old art, very old art. Somewhere between 1350 and 1427, this piece was painted. This is some of the oldest art that I have ever seen. Most of this is before the 16th century, like the 1300s, the 1400s, the 1500s. This is amazing. I've never seen art like this before in this condition that is that old. In fact, I don't know if I've seen art that's really that old before. This is called St. Matthew with the Angel. I've seen it before. This is clearly the original. I've seen this image. St. Augustine, somewhere in the 17th century, 1584 to 1669, this was painted. This is a very Jesus-heavy exhibit. I think there's only 3 paintings I've seen so far without Jesus in it. This is an interesting one to me. It's the nativity scene. I've seen hundreds of nativity scenes in my life, but I don't know why I'm drawn to this. That's a 9-pound baby Jesus right there with the 3 wise men. I think I'm interested in that painting specifically because recently I was reading about the 3 wise men and their religious beliefs. They were Zoroastrians. I was reading about Zoroastrianism. It was very interesting. So, just something to think about. This panoramic painting is of Christ at the pool of Bethsaida. It's a famous story from the Bible about a man that was sick for 30 years and then became healed because Jesus just told him to get up and go to the pool. It's an interesting story, but that is the painting. And furthermore, it was done by an unknown artist in the 16th or 17th century. An unknown artist. That's a lot of work to put into something and not have your name attached to it. However, I think it's cool that whoever made it made it here. That painting made it into this place, and hundreds of years later, me and you can enjoy that art. It's very cool. Whoever you were in history, I appreciate your artwork. There are a few more paintings without Jesus in them that I found in this gallery. This one is of David and Goliath. Not quite the image that you picture from the Bible stories, but probably pretty accurate. This is cool. It's 2 candlelit situations. I wonder if they were in the same house. It makes you imagine that maybe they're in one room and they're over in the next room. I love art for that reason, that you can just imagine whatever you want to because your eyeballs are telling you the story. Speaking of telling a story, you have this exhibit here where you can participate, make your own piece of art, tell your own story. Well, these are some nice colored pencils. I don't see any paper though. I will not be participating in the What's Your Story artboard. But that is okay. I have an art project planned for later today that I will be making a separate video about on my other channel, World's Greatest Kiting. You can go check that out this week. Between 1400 and 1464, this painting was made. I'm thoroughly impressed with this and how new it looks, even being so old, especially the frame. Wow. This is hand-carved wood. The framing on art is really interesting to me. I love all the detail that goes into it, and you can tell that these were made for the pieces, which most art is. Even from the 1500s, they paid a lot of attention to that. It's very detailed. It's a very large painting, very gruesome painting, but a true story. This painting is about Perpetua and Felicita. Perpetua is one of the earliest Christian writers, female Christian writers, that we have any documentation of. She was actually sent to slaughter in the Colosseum. This is an account of what actually happened. It's very gruesome, but you can look up the story. This was on March 7th in the year 740, I believe. Art brings it to real life sometimes. Looks to be about a 9-pound baby Jesus. This is called the Man of Sorrows. Although he doesn't look very sorrowful, Looks like kind of got into the good stuff. I'm amused by this painting. I don't know why. I think it's the look in the guy's face and his expression. It's just like, hey guys, hold on now. I don't know. It's just funny to me. Very painting heavy gallery as well. This is an actual Rembrandt. I don't believe I've ever seen an original piece by Rembrandt. This is my favorite version of Jesus in the gallery so far. It's very rock and roll. I like this one. In my opinion, this Jesus version looks a lot like Keith, the original keyboardist from the Grateful Dead. Another reason why I like that painting the best. Another interesting one. Something crazy is going on in this painting. It's called St. Mark and the Slave. I'm not familiar with the story, but it looks like a wild one. I have to look it up. We've worked our way back to the atrium. See what's next. Deep. More photography. Cool. These are some big prints. Wow. This is all the work of Chihuly Butcher. He's a famous Floridian photographer. I've never seen his work up close though. I've only seen it online. So this is cool to get a chance to inspect it up close. He's known for his scenic photography. Looks like home. Video about Chihuly. I was watching the video out there, almost ready to leave the museum and wrap up this video. And I saw that this is the actual camera that Chihuly uses or has used for a lot of this art. I thought it was very interesting just to see the equipment being used for some of this giant photography. And in the video, it explains that Chihuly makes all of his art himself in his studio. I believe it's in Sarasota. This is really interesting to me. What just a unique expression of art. I've lived in Florida for 10 years now, and as a transplant from Ohio, the beautiful land of Ohio, I've grown to appreciate Central Florida and especially beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, in my time here. I love this land and I don't intend on leaving anytime soon. Seeing this kind of art reminds me of why I love it so much sometimes. I just like the driving around off of the beaten path adventures and roadside attractions that Florida has, and the perfect weather most of the time. It's a little drizzly today, but we're in November and it's nearly 80 degrees out. So nothing to complain about here. Next stop before we leave is the gift shop. Of course. There's one more gallery before we hit the gift shop. This gallery is modern art, some interesting mediums that I have not seen before, and from all over the world. This is an acrylic piece made by an artist in Japan. I've never quite seen this type of art. Okay, now it's time for the gift shop. They have many of your standard gift shop items here with some extras. You have your shot glasses and a flask. You also have this cool book from Chihuly Butcher. You can purchase some of his prints here too. And his calendar. Get these cool pencil bags here. You can use it for anything you want, but they're for art supplies. It is about Christmas time. There's some Christmas cards here. Merry Christmas, and not sure what's going on there. I must get this. Pretty cool postcards here. I like them. Their sale rack is full of some really cool stuff. I like them. Little vases, especially the fake nose. It's only $1 and it grows to 4 times its size in water, so I am definitely gonna buy this. For you sock lovers, they have an excellent collection of socks. Frida Kahlo and Bob Ross, 2 of my favorites in mug form. Legos, puzzles, other very high quality games and such. This is really cool, just rainbow colored Legos. I would love this. Just like making random things with Legos. I never really got into the packs of Legos with specific instructions. I just like to make whatever I wanted. I like all those colors. There's a lot of amazing things in this gift shop. It's probably one of the better gift shops I've ever been into in a museum. But today's purchase is going to be the expandable nose. That's it. That will be it. Yay. The Orlando Museum of Art is a really nice museum. I enjoyed it thoroughly. There's a lot of paintings in there and a lot of photography. That was about it. There's no sculpture that I saw. I don't think I was missing any of the galleries. I think we got a pretty thorough view of everything. I suggest dropping in and checking it out. For $20, you do get to see some really historical pieces of art, some Rembrandt, some old pieces from the 1300s, the 1400s, 1500s. It's a very cool place. This is not our last stop of the day though, friends. There's a new brewery in town I've been wanting to check out for a while called Deadwords. I'm gonna go try out some of the beer. Well, unfortunately, Deadwords Brewing is so new that it's not even open yet. So the next closest brewery is Broken Strings. I've never been here. Excited to try it out. Oh, all right. I love coming into places and running into people I know. Justin here from World of Beer. How's it going down here? I heard you were working at this place, and I was excited to come in. I was hoping you'd be here.
Yeah, we got a lot of, it's awesome. I've been good since I started working here, a lot of good beer. We've been hitting the market, selling out of a lot of stuff, got a lot of really exciting things. My friend here and I just tried a Blanton's barrel-aged maple syrup that we've been sitting on for a while. It's ridiculously good that we're gonna come out with in December, so along with the beer.
What am I gonna be trying today?
I think, if I may, I wanna give you a 1 year, 4 month, 4 roses, barrel-aged, old-fashioned cocktail-style barley wine.
That is sounding delicious. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fine beer, sir.
It is.
Wow, that's really good.
That's an ass kicker right there.
Wow. And the last one, sir. Oh, Twix. All right. Thanks, man.
No problem, buddy.
Good lately. I know we haven't been around in a while, but
Good, man. I just got back off of my 5th time out of the state this year.
what you got?
Friends, Broken Strings was a great brewery. It was really cool seeing Dustin in there. They have some awesome beers. If you're in the area, definitely go check them out. They're right downtown Orlando. If you like what you're seeing here, friends, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.